That would be cool.
It's called a diversion, I guess. All right, here we go.
They have a right to call it Timcast, Transcast.
Mr. Steven, I have a gift to you.
Wait a minute. Stop everything. Let's watch some Stevie.
Steven, they're fans of mine, but I'm even bigger fans of theirs.
Sweet.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Steven. I'm Steve.
I'm still Steven.
And we still have got some news for you. We've got all the greatest stuff to talk about. I didn't empty my pockets. Let me do that real quick. I'm not right yet.
Oh.
All right, I'm all right. So what should we start with? Should we start with the Lauren lady or...
Well, this whole episode's really just about women, you're going to find out. So let's start with Lauren.
Okay.
How do you say her name? Boebert?
Boebert Simpson. She got into some hijinks over the weekend. So let me start this epic screen rape. Epic rape of the screen recorder.
Damn, you're right. This really is a Bart Simpson moment.
Yeah. Yeah, she was like, what, vaping?
Well, don't just blow the
Sorry,
load on the thing.
She shot a gun. They say she was vaping, but I don't see it happening in the video.
You scrolled past it.
Here it is, guys.
All right, so here we've got some surveillance video of Lauren Boebert Simpson.
Let me
I love
see.
that.
Can I zoom in?
Out.
No, I can't. So I'm going to actually do it like this so I can get that zoom in. So real quick, this is Lauren right here.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like they were these people were, where were they? They're sitting here. They're waiting to strike. Lauren's here.
Look at this Jewish guy, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I love Beetlejuice.
Yeah. So they're at the musical for Beetlejuice, which if you didn't know that was a musical, shame on you.
Yeah, I didn't know she was gay. She'd go see the musical version of a movie.
No, I'd go see the musical because I've seen the movie 100 times.
They come in.
Uh-huh. They rip the vape out of her hand.
Mm-hmm.
They slap her across the face. Flagellation in the streets.
We should have seen like a huge cloud. If only she did like the biggest cloud.
Yeah, blow it right in their face.
But then when they go up to her, they found out she just farted.
Yeah, is that a crime
stinky.
to blow vape on someone's face?
No.
It shouldn't be.
Shout out to 9 News here too, guys. We love journalism. What are we getting?
Fucking pause it?
You getting a buffer? Oh, it must have froze. So they're kicking her out here, and she has a date. Dave Portnoy.
She's a Dave. Man, I love Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice is so good. I just don't say his name 3 times. Good thing I can't count to 3.
So they're telling her, you can't vape in here. And she's going, that's fine, bitch.
She's telling her boyfriend, get my purse for my gun so I can shoot this person.
I'm not so sure this isn't Dave Portnoy and his girlfriend.
I think when we get the other angle. Dude, and she's in like a what, Deal or No Deal briefcase woman's dress too.
Yeah,
she
looks hot. I know it's really, blurry and pixelated, but the way she bent over there, man, I don't know. I've never thought she was hot though. I know a lot of people think but really conservative women, people do that. Oh, all the hot women are conservative. I kind of don't buy that.
No.
I've never bought that. Me, I'm more of a Pelosi guy. Pelosi was caught getting tit implants at the Beetlejuice musical.
I'm more of an Aryan AOC kind of guy. So here we go. Here they're escorting her out. Play by play. Looks like they're coming up the stairs and walking towards the camera. And it looks like it's not Dave Portnoy that she is with.
News 9.
Dude, I mean, like that is like
9
bro,
News.
Her knockers are just out. She's a congresswoman.
Who cares? To me, that's the best part.
She says something else to them, like, and by the way, I can shoot you.
Which she should know there's video cameras everywhere. She should not be making a bitch of herself in public.
This guy, he's like, wait a minute, what was that?
What's her deal? Is she pregnant? Or just fat?
Oh, this lady right here? Yeah.
She's just happy to be there.
And this guy man, I thought I saw that Lauren Boebert, and now she's getting kicked out.
Look at those cheeks all caked up. All caked up and nowhere to go but home. You're going home, bitch.
Bye-bye.
Damn, those are some knockers.
And we got this intern here. He's like, wow, my first bust.
Dude, she was so fucking hot.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't want to have to kick her out, but she wouldn't let me. Never mind. Yeah.
There's no. I hate the.
Look
how
at that
no
walk.
sound to this.
God damn.
That's crazy.
Deal or no deal, baby. Down.
They said no deal.
Home run. She's a home run. She's a catch.
Your ass in trouble.
In the outfield.
And now this is turning into like a live leak video. She's going to get hit by like a car randomly.
Yeah, this is about to become a Cumia Twitter video.
Yeah.
There's going to be a random black guy.
Absolute animals. That was Trump. Sorry. These animals.
Yeah, no, it borders Cumia.
Freaks. Disgusting animals. I can't even call them people. If Bobo can learn sign language, then I guess they can drive and run us over.
Damn, shout out Bobo.
Well, this is like now it's like I'm spying, but
Now they're just trying to figure out what they're going to do next.
yeah, they feel like oh my god, that's so gay.
Look
She's
at
like,
that.
yeah, twirl me around.
No, that was sweet.
No,
What's her husband look like? That's what we should look up next.
okay.
I
think
just want to
it's a
get a look.
boyfriend. Yeah.
No, it's Mr. Boebert Simpson.
It's it's Homer.
Because that's not her. Oh, she's 5 feet tall. God,
Whoa.
a woman after my heart. 5 feet tall and
Jason
knockas.
Boebert.
Wow. So he's just a fucking loser. I'd say it to his face.
Yeah, he
Wow,
looks.
look at that
he
shitty balding
looks
head.
incredibly retarded. Super spiky head.
That's what I mean. This is, you're right. People don't have to go to the gym. I mean, he's gone to the gym a few times, but it's just still, when you see that face, if I was a woman, I'd never.
No, and she is a little too like. Is there cheese?
No, that's
Fucking
it. I'm a big
mousy.
face guy. So when I see her face, I go,
Yeah.
yeah, what is this, Chuck E. Cheese?
The only reason she looks hot in that trail cam footage or security cam trail cam, they're getting sniped by hunters out in the wilderness. The only reason she looks hot is because you can't see her face at all.
Yeah.
But then you see her, this little mousy bitch.
But dude, her tits don't even look great there.
No.
As she stands next to her sons.
It's like the security cameras like add like 2 points in hotness for everybody or something. Maybe when we switch over to video, I'll buy like a security camera and that's what we'll run the show off of.
You
know-
look at her yelling. See, that gets me up. Not
The-
not my dick. Just, I mean, it gets me excited. Scroll up.
Okay.
There.
Oh, here. And if you don't do the dishes,
Yeah. Is that what you want to come home to?
no, I'll shoot you.
Just like take off your top and chill out, lady.
Oh man.
Is that her pregnant? See, I never want to see that.
No. Is this her now?
Need to see it.
Yeah, she was starting to get pregnant. Yeah, she's got a gun.
Starting to get pregnant.
And she's got the, well, it's, I don't know, or she's fat. Who
Yeah,
knows? She used to run a restaurant. Yeah.
Starting to get pregnant.
So,
Okay.
I don't know. The gun is so she can just shoot her stomach.
Well, there. I like that photo. You can tell that's a Getty Images. You got to really
one?
do some backdooring to, yep, that one. No, you just had your mouse on
Okay,
it.
okay. Bad bitch here. Okay.
Not my type.
Who is this? Is this her new husband?
No, that's the gay.
Chasten
yeah.
Buttigieg calls Lauren Boebert out for Father's Day tweet. Actually, there can be 2 fathers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, faggot.
Now, I'm not that computer savvy.
Yeah, that was the wrong button. Had nothing to do with what we
Okay.
were talking about. Yeah. What was the? Do you want me to show the other thing that the surprise?
Yes, so
Okay.
we'll keep it on women for now. So
Good,
our
good.
good friend, as we've made this joke several times, but it's not really a joke that we're sort of the boy Red Scare for boys. That's
Yeah.
sort of how we brand ourselves. We're the Red Scare for boys.
Yellow
Yeah.
comfort. Yellow comfort.
Yellow comfort.
So we've got this sex story.
So hold on, now pause it. I'll
Okay.
give a little context. Now we had the Jordan Peterson debate and the Slavoj Žižek. I said pause it.
I automatically played.
So Žižek and Peterson debated, and everybody said, this is the clash of intellectual
Yeah.
titans. It was the debate of the century.
It was a San Pellegrino versus Dr. Pepper, like showdown of the century.
And so anyway, now has the sexual revolution failed? And our good friend Anna Katchian from Red Scare is going to be on the no side. Or I'm sorry, on the yes side. It has failed on the
Okay.
negative.
Good.
And so here's a little trailer for it.
I mean, this is already, you've got Neil deGrasse Tyson here with tits.
Yeah.
I think it has failed.
Let this one play.
What we are talking about is a revolution.
The sexual
Pause.
revolution promised women freedom and power, control
did.
of our bodies, equality in the workplace and in the bedroom.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But
Heidi
has it
Klum.
delivered?
Be a boss.
Our
Or has
girl
the
Lizzo.
sexual revolution failed women and men?
Are we done pretending like that's empowering or even healthy?
Grimes and Sarah Hayter take on Louise Perry and Red Scare's Anna Katchian in a clash of the female titans.
I kind of like the patriarchy.
With special guest, comedian
Oh
and feminist
my
icon
gosh.
Tim Dillon.
There's a few jobs women shouldn't do.
Woo!
President, senator,
Got Ben!
congressman.
Ben made the
Sex in the 21st
Ben made
century.
the cut.
No one said it was easy. Moderated by me, Barry Weiss. One night only.
Shout out Barry
September
Weiss.
13th, 7
From the
p.m.
New York
in
Times,
Los
he's great.
Angeles. Buy tickets now at thefp.com.
Look at that mute button. You can just mute the women too. That's a feature for the debate. At any given point, you can just mute them and you don't have to hear them. It's incredible. It's I almost threw up. You know when you burp and you almost throw up? That's
Yeah.
what that was, folks.
I was gonna say it's a good thing that this is not being aired on the internet,
Yeah.
streamed, because we wouldn't even be recording right now. We'd be watching this.
Yes, exactly. So move over, Tucker Carlson, because we've got this feminism debate here going on with Tim Dillon.
Yeah. Why is he there? I mean, he doesn't respect women at all. I mean, I don't. Is he gonna do a comedy set?
Yeah, he's gonna try to. He's gonna have like a few like what would you say, like napkin jokes or Laffy Taffy jokes prepared, and he'll just say those, and everyone's gonna laugh, and then he'll try to justify the joke, and then we'll move on.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna wear the biggest like T-shirt like they had in the promo. He always wears like 12 sizes larger than his shirt.
Well, it's really about managing the gut, but also the rest of your, your shoulder
Yeah.
width, and so it's kind of hard for him, I think.
But he's rich enough. He can get custom fitted T-shirts because it's like, did he go from like 400 pounds to like 390 pounds? So he wants to show off his weight loss journey. Like,
Yeah.
why is his shirt so big? That's what I think of when I see him.
you should try on a midriff or something. That'd be cool. Show
Yeah.
out his midriff.
He should do the Bert. He should take his shirt off.
I mean, he's gay first off. So what's his? The sexual revolution's been good for him. Although this
Yeah.
seems to be about women. He's a gay man, so it's been good for him. But somehow he would find himself on the side of it's bad.
Yeah, yeah. He wants to go back to the days where people would beat him for being gay.
No, and I even made a note of that. Even though we wouldn't have taken him into the street 50 years and beat him, we would have beat him in the street 50 years ago. Is basically
Yeah.
for being a weirdo, not
Right.
us.
No,
'cause
no.
we weren't alive.
We would have
but
like
our grandparents.
Yeah. We would have loved him. We would have sucked him off for him, if he was our friend.
So and Grimes, by the way, Grimes is a total retard.
She is.
I don't care. She's made some good music, but nothing that's ever come out of her mouth has been intelligent.
Yet, to quote Ariel Pink, Grimes is stupid and retarded. It's very true.
It
So,
is.
That's my version of when Lex Friedman's like, well, Herman Melville once said, "That's a big whale, baby, and I'm about to be swimming in that pussy."
Love it. So I think this is a good transition into the next thing, which would be somebody Lex has actually had on his podcast, that Aella, or however you say her name, Aella.
Yeah.
And she's a whore, basically. That's just to sum her up. She's sexual. She wants to fuck whoever. What else?
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't shower, though? She's like a whore bum.
Yeah,
So,
basically.
she's a rich bum.
And now she's created an AI chatbot of herself, and it's called Your AI Girlfriend. So as you could imagine, I've been using this all day.
So-
Actually, neither of us have used this yet. So if it makes us sign up.
Okay, yeah, we'll test it out right now. Let's see. Will you shower? Show her the shower. I have to text her. I'm not texting her.
I'm not texting her either.
Get me on some stupid ass list. She kind of looks like a younger Whitney Cummings here.
No.
What about the? What if I do it? What if I do it like this?
Just zoom in more
and move up to a part, because Whitney has dark brown hair, right?
Uh-huh.
So what about now?
Just based on her forehead?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe a little.
What if I do this and you can't see her at all? Then it could be mistaken as Whitney. Who are the influencers?
Dude,
got to fill out a Gaggle form.
Do you want to clone yourself with AI? Dude, we should do it. Steven AI?
I don't know. I wouldn't want to do that.
You didn't even look
yet.
through the form.
I did. I sped read it.
Well, I didn't get to, but okay. So anyway, maybe next week we'll do that. I'll get one of those, like WhatsApp or whatever. I'll get one of those fake numbers. Pay for a month of an app and just text it and see what happens.
Okay.
And I'll do it on the show. And I swear to God, if it gets hot, steamy, sexy, we're just going to go along with it. I'm going to, masturbate. I'm going to have sex with my AI girlfriend on the show next week.
We should have, she could be the third mic. We could make a AI third mic. That would be, that's like a good gimmick we could have.
I think we should have a third mic that's like just a perfect combination of us both, and we can hate it simultaneously.
Yeah, that would be.
Or the worst parts of us. Let's do it like that.
We don't let it have any of the good parts. Only the negative.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, I just had to get one out.
It's all right.
I don't even think we should be bleeping the N-word anymore. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I'm a free speech. Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Oh, I had something about the Lauren Boebert thing again. There's just like a statement that was released from her like campaign manager, and the campaign manager is like the gayest person alive because what they wrote was this. It was, I can confirm the stunning and salacious rumors. In her personal time, Congresswoman Lauren Boebert is indeed a supporter of the performing arts, and then in parentheses, gasp, and to the dismay of a select few, enthusiastically enjoyed a weekend performance of Beetlejuice, which the Denver Post itself described as zany, outrageous, and a lusty riot. But a Republican can enjoy art too. We know they can enjoy art. They enjoyed the fine art of Gay Men by Gay Men, north of Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
That's like raw, authentic. I'm a fan. Fuck that guy. He's so gay and stupid. He was on Jordan. That sounded like I farted.
He was on Jordan.
Yeah.
We didn't say Peterson either time. Yeah, he was on Jordan Peterson. Wow. I don't care about that, to be honest with you.
I will do 1 second of.
You think you can make me care? You think you can make me care, bitch? I'm not going to.
Jordan Peterson. What's the guy's name? John Oliver?
No, you said Oliver. Yeah.
Oliver Anthony. Oliver Gatheny.
Oh my God, was he on with Michaela too?
People say that I'm a fence sitter and that I need to have some sort of call to action. And I guess like if there's anything that I would respond to that with,
wow.
A Pharisee asked Jesus, teacher, which is the greatest commandment in soul and with love your neighbor.
So Jordan Peterson's talking. Jordan Peterson's talking
by his
literal retards now. Okay.
Oliver Anthony.
Yeah, he's like sounding out the
John
words
Oliver
in the Bible.
Anthony.
So your comedy,
in artistic and commercial endeavors. Why Chris's hit song "Rich Men North of Richmond" has resonated so broadly and so quickly. The way honest expression through music can combat demoralization. How politics have become confused with the sacred, and what we can do to restore each to their age. Name your stage persona is all I don't care, you know.
Okay, yeah, his question's 2 minutes long. All right, we're out of here. We're out of it.
That was horrible.
No, it wasn't. It was the best thing I've seen all day.
You going back and forth on the button?
I made a YouTube poop live.
Okay, that's fine.
Audience.
I don't know if anybody's ever done that. So
exactly, first time it's ever happened. Well, I guess DJs, they pretty much make YouTube poops like live. You ever think about that?
Yeah. Some plunderphonics.
Think about that.
Live plunderphonics. Okay.
Do we want to get into the tragedies or Aella?
No.
What do you want to get into? What do you have? Is it time?
I got a little sports news. I don't know. I mean, we don't have to talk about Aaron Rodgers tearing his Achilles.
Well, that's the only thing I've got video for. So,
everybody in the world's seen it.
I don't see how he got injured. I watched the video like 10 times. I don't understand where he landed.
You didn't see that Achilles blow up in his...
No. Is this good video? Let me see. Well, the answer is no.
The live game thing wasn't. One of the replays was pretty good, though.
Yeah, this is a replay, I think. Around.
Protection breaks down and time runs out. Down goes
Which, by the way,
Rodgers
turf is so retarded.
Floyd.
You know that, like, they're for the World Cup or whatever is happening here next year or whenever, I don't know. Soccer, they're going to have, like, all these places filled with grass. So they're going to, like, remove the turf.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. I'm actually...
No, turf? It's not good for football, though. Real football.
Really?
No, turf is terrible. It just fucks up your joints because
Wait,
it's
I
not
thought...
like...
Well, they're replacing the turf with real grass. Is that what you said?
For the World Cup, like the soccer.
So then once soccer's done, they're going to go back.
Yeah, I don't know how many of these stadiums will be used, but it's still like...
All right, they do the replay. Is this it, what you're talking about?
Maybe. There's a different side.
Because he runs, and I think
Pause. I mean, well, his leg's kind of blocking it now, the other guys.
I think they do it. They'll do a different angle.
So slow it down.
So George Floyd, I did.
Okay.
George Floyd over here goes for the tackle.
It's not a great look at it either.
Yeah, I don't see...
It happens like right there, but
yeah, I don't see it. Okay, so this is just it. I just didn't have good video of it. But is it it's a season-ending injury?
It could be career-ending, but I don't know. We'll see.
Damn.
It'll take definitely a year to recover. So
that's well, he's like 50. So I mean,
he's 39, but yeah, no, definitely.
I was adding football years, like with dogs and stuff.
And then also this guy Mel Tucker, he was the Michigan State coach, and he was like, he got kicked off or whatever, got fired because he had unconsensual phone sex for 34 minutes. That's what the thing report was.
Instead of coaching, or just like in his spare time?
I don't know who it was with. I really should just figure out what I'm talking about ahead of time. But no, it was like no, he just had unconsensual phone sex. I don't know if it was with somebody on staff or just a random person, but it got leaked.
How do you have unconsensual phone sex?
Well, that's what the weird part was.
Yeah, can the other person just hang up? Hey, knock, knock. You may think
Your ass in trouble.
But if you just hang up.
Yeah, well, maybe it was like a Scream situation where like they would hang up and they would call back and he'd still be. But that's their fault for answering.
Well, actually, hang on, wait. We've got live audio from the person who was phone raped. Here's what they have to say.
Now, I'm not that computer savvy.
So it was Quentin Tarantino.
We can go into the horrific tragedies.
Yeah, guys, 9/11 was the other day, and it's obviously a big national tragedy.
Really sad.
And, I think 9/11, though, is now on the level of, like, Abraham Lincoln death jokes. People think it's still, like, edgy to bring up and, like, joke about it, but it's just, like, gay and retarded. So
wait, do people think that about Abraham Lincoln jokes?
They think it's, yeah. Or I'm saying, like, they don't understand that 9/11 is now on the same level as Abe Lincoln, so they'll be like, 9/11!
Yeah, because it happened a million years ago.
Exactly. 6 million years ago, to be exact.
Just a number.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go through these tragic, a number of tragic events that have happened in U.S. history and just kind of rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 and talk about what we would have done if we were in there, how we would have saved it. So actually, we'll just be remembering them. Do you remember 9/11?
I remember 9/11, but I don't remember like leaving school or anything. I would have been almost 4. So maybe I was in preschool, so I probably was done for the day. No, when did it happen? It happened in the morning, but
yeah.
I remember being at home and it being like playing on TV, and I was just like, okay, what's this? And I was just so desensitized to everything after that because I was like, oh, there's just something that happens. So for me, it was like, I don't know, it was an early memory, and it didn't really matter.
I just like vaguely remember being upstairs in my childhood home and my parents kind of saying something about it, but I didn't really care. I'm like, all right, so not Harry Potter, got it. Not Toy Story, okay. Yeah, it's weird because some people say when they were kids, like I've heard this story before where like the school would bring in like a TV so the kids could watch 9/11 happening, and they've said that like when the second plane crashed, like the kids would start clapping because they don't understand what's going on. It's like that's not something that you just show a kid. They're gonna have no grasp of what's even happening. And I've kind of got a funny story here, but my brother-in-law, he said that he went to like Memphis, Tennessee during 9/11, and he had never been to the city. He didn't know anything about New York City either, and so he turned on like the local news, and they were covering 9/11. So he called his mom, and he was like, "Mom, the Twin Towers in Memphis, Tennessee, they've been hit by planes and they're falling down." And then she was like, "There are no Twin Towers. It's in New York." And he's like, "What? But it's on the local news, so I thought they were here." And
yeah, they flew into the Bass Pro Shop, the giant Bass Pro Shop in the pyramids. Yeah.
The dual pyramids.
Damn, they really fucked up 9/11 by flying into the pyramids in Memphis.
So
damn, that's an awesome story. But yeah, I remember I was just too young for it to impact me, and then nothing could ever impact me. I don't know if it was that or whatever, but it was just like. And then
it wasn't in HD, that's why I didn't care. So. And I just find it funny too when people are like, when the first plane hit, I thought it was like like they let the intern fly the plane. But when the second plane hit, then I was like, oh, this might be bad. Like the first plane, it's like fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But then.
Who said that?
I heard some people at work talking about it. They're like, I just remember when the second plane hit and I knew that it was bad. But it's
how long was there between the first and second plane?
I don't know. I think like 10 minutes.
Like I would have been like, why is the other guy running behind?
If only he could have got both of them. But then the second plane shows up. But I always thought as a kid, and I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I'll be quicker, or I've got some new material on it. Some new material. I've got a bit prepared.
Yeah,
but
5-minute set.
Yeah. Philippe Petit. He was the French acrobat who tight-roped across the Twin Towers. We read a story about it when I was a kid, and I thought they removed the Twin Towns because of that dangerous stunt.
Oh, yeah.
Because they talk about how he was arrested immediately, And, you know, I wanted to show this. Here's a video of him talking about it. It's kind of funny when he was arrested. Just a total autistic man.
Play to a chair. Why did you do this?
That's the thousand why in this morning. There is no why. Just because when I see a beautiful place to put my why, I cannot resist.
Sergeant Charles Daniels, who talked...
His wire is his penis, too, by the way. He was talking about something completely unrelated to the tight roping incident. But I didn't know he, like, laid down in the middle once he got to the middle of the thing. Like,
fucking retarded.
He's insane. He's
he
still
did
alive.
it, so...
Yeah. So I thought he was the last one. They're like, you're the first and the last. We're taking him down. Yeah.
That's... he's literally just butt cheeks are just clenched on the road.
Yeah.
He's wearing spandex. He's wearing...
Oh, man.
leggings. I remember, you know, there's like, so I think there was like a bombing in the World Trade Center also in like the 90s or something.
Yeah.
Because I remember there's Biggie song, and I knew it was from the 90s, like when I was listening to it, and there's a lyric, and he's like, this is one of his bigger songs, I just can't think of the name, but he's like, blow up like the World Trade, and I was like, holy shit, it was right there all along. Like, we knew the World Trade Center was going to blow up. Biggie told us.
Yeah.
So I was very confused by that until I found out.
There's actually a handful of that. Let me type this in. DSA.
Mandela effect. Wasn't it 9/12?
Was it
literally some retard I'd work with?
Anyone think it was 11/9 or 7/11? So in the game Deus Ex, this game came out before 9/11. Takes place in New York City. No Twin Towers, and the real reason was because the image, in order to have this PNG of the New York skyline and include the Twin Towers, I guess it'd be too much memory. It'd slow the game down. So
that sounds more like a lie than the other. You start with the biggest and then realize you didn't have enough.
In the game, they said that it was a false flag operation where the Twin Towers were destroyed by Americans, but they blamed it on the terrorists to like introduce Deus Ex's version of the Patriot Act. So that's kind of a creepy little...
Wow. Well, how do you explain The Simpsons? Why do people always do that? The Simpsons predicts everything, you know?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, if your show is about commenting on everyday life, you're probably going to be right
if you've been on for 30 years, you've probably talked about everything, so anything crazy that happens, your bases are covered.
Right. And I feel like, because the Twin Towers were like the tallest towers in New York, so it's like people have had to have thought about those things going down for quite some time. It's not like the Simpsons were the first people to ever come up with the idea of the Twin Towers falling. So,
well, I remember, this is a related one. We don't have to go off of 9/11 entirely, but I remember having a dream the night before Kobe Bryant flew his helicopter into that mountain.
What was the dream? That
he flew his helicopter into that mountain. No, I didn't have that dream, but
you ain't dreaming, Steven.
But there was like that cartoon. Look up Kobe Bryant cartoon predicts death or something like that in YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because I went really hard on this because he's like, man, you're more like Oprah, more like Harpo or something like that. And I was like, whoa, Harpo's the god of raping baby. Oh, shit. Yeah, I think I made some raping.
It's Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
So this was in 2017. Legends of Chamberlain. What was it? Chamberlain Heights?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
shit.
Wilt.
It's Kobe Bryant. Help me. Just pass me the trophies and we'll pull you out.
Pass.
And that's literally how he died.
Exactly. Move over, Simpsons.
He died refusing to get an assist in a basketball game.
Yeah. His lips are a little racistly drawn here, too.
But they all are.
Oh, okay. It's everyone. Yeah, I guess it
Even
is
the
everyone.
white guy, but maybe he's Jewish. It's Adam Friedland. He's a huge Kobe fan.
Here's where we can pause right here. This is a good spot. I remember one of the cops who was at the wrecking scene, they were like arrested or like terminated because they like went to a bar later that night trying to pick up chicks and they were like showing them. They're like, you want to see Kobe Bryant dead? Here, I've got it on my phone.
Look at his dead ass body. What the fuck?
That's crazy. I remember telling our friend Nelson about it because he was a big basketball fan. And this is so messed up of me. But when someone dies, like when Jimmy Buffett died, I was like, ooh, I get to tell like people who care now.
Yeah.
And he didn't believe me. He had to like look it up. And even after then, he was like still in shock. He didn't think it was true.
I have this exact same thing that you're mentioning. And it's funny you said Jimmy Buffett. Well, it's not really because he just died. But Dave Portnoy is a big Jimmy Buffett fan, like we talked about last week. He said that like when he woke up, because he died like late at night, and so I was like tweeting at Dave. I'm like, dude, have you seen this? Dave didn't respond to me because he was asleep, Grandpa. But then he said like he woke up the next morning and his girlfriend was just like sitting there and she was like dying to tell him the news.
Yeah.
You know, not because she was excited he died, but just to be the one that broke it.
Right.
So I remember when I came over to your apartment that day, because it was the day of the NFL Pro Bowl, and I was like, "Did you guys hear?" And I was a little bit more shook, but more because it's like weird when you expect somebody to be around forever. Like Kobe Bryant was going to be like an ambassador to the NBA and all that, and he was a little bit more productive after his career than most people are.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was starting a production company and he had like his own, weird ass Disney Plus show.
I almost think this was weirder than his actual death. This was like, when I first saw this was like the rip in time when I knew things were going to change. Like not even COVID. This was right before COVID happened. But I saw this and I was like, oh, we're going somewhere else completely.
What she brought to the team, no matter which team, which Lakers team he played on.
Yeah, it seems like he was just the kind of athlete, the kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita, if I could ask you to stay with us, we're going to go to Bill Rhodes.
Dude, she literally just... I totally forgot about that video.
It's so crazy.
Oh my God.
For the Los Angeles... Like
I mean, you can't make that mistake unless you're racist and you're free time. Like, that's a mistake I would make.
Like the kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita, if I could ask you to stay with us, we're going to...
I asked you to stay with me after I've said that. And everyone in the studio is like fled. They're like, I don't even want to be associated with this lady who just said...
Dude, that is crazy.
You're supposed to set up the joke and then do the punchline. She said the punchline first.
Way too soon.
So, yeah, too soon. So I guess we jumped ahead there on the timeline of American Tragedies and went to Kobe Bryant. But that was a time I very vividly remember. What about another person who's arguably more important for the culture, Trayvon Martin? Do you remember anything about his death?
Yeah, I remember. That was a crazy one. I think everybody in my school was making jokes. I mean, I really went to a fucked up school where there was like one other black kid, including me. I was the one black kid and the one other one. So I don't know. I just remember posting a meme back then. Because what year was that? 2012, 2011?
Yeah, I think 2011.
Because it was like at the end of middle school for me, but then I started high school, and I remember in high school, my freshman year, sharing a meme of like Trayvon looking like a thug and George Zimmerman.
Yeah.
George Zimmerman, like in probably at court, but wearing a suit. And I was like, you're really going to believe what the media tells you about? So I was just sharing like conservative, I was just sharing Q stuff. Yeah.
No, I was seeing like the same stuff too, and it was like, shouldn't have put I don't know. It's like I would just see memes of people with like hoodies. Like people at school would like buy Arizona teas and like put it in their pocket, and they're like, look at me, I'm making purple drink like him.
And I had already been a big fan of somebody we both love, Rucka Ali.
Yeah.
For a long time, for at least 3 or 4, probably 3 years. And he immediately made a song, so that kind of broke the ice for me to talk to people about
Trayvon, he gone. I'm happy.
But I just want to live in a time where, somebody dies, a black person dies, and it's not a whole race thing. I mean, I think...
Yeah. Well, that was Kobe's death, I feel like.
Yeah.
So, and then I've got the other was Kim Jong-il. Is it Kim Jong-il?
Yeah, that was a real big tragedy.
Well, I think what I also added on to it, though, was like general North Korea hysteria. Because you had mentioned... not too long ago, yesterday, you had mentioned yesterday, like just we would always be worried that like North Korea could nuke us because they would just talk about it in the news constantly. But it's like their missiles, like in theory, could hit Hawaii maybe, or like could maybe hit California.
Yeah,
like,
that makes me think that I mean, I don't know what the distance is, obviously, but there's no way they have any missiles at all then. They can go like to Hawaii.
Right.
Like, why stop there? You should be able to figure out how to get a little bit further, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. I don't buy that they've been able to do anything.
Well, and that's what I mean. It's like I feel like that whenever I was younger, it's when I first kind of started to realize like I like learning what like fear mongering in general was, and that the news is just like kind of designed to just keep people like afraid of things that like literally don't even affect your life at all. But
also, isn't nuclear warfare like not scary just because even
so
even
fast.
during the Cold War, even during the Cold War, I feel like people figured out that it would be like mutually, whatever the fuck it is.
Assured destruction.
Thank you. Yeah. Mad. So I just always felt like, well, if they do that to us, we're going to wipe out their whole country.
Yeah.
So why the fuck would we, although the United States is pretty pussy, so they probably wouldn't. Like if Russia bombed us, they'd be like, eh.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we like really blew the load on Japan. That was a little That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Just once, twice. It's like when someone tells a joke in front of people, then people laugh, and then they just tell the same exact joke again because they get so high off of like everyone laughing because they're like an office retard that I work with. Someone I work with, he does that every time he says something and someone chuckles. He just repeats it again. I was like, and then you pick it up.
Well, you've seen Oppenheimer. Why do they have to go nuclear? Why didn't we just bomb a bunch of cities over there and kill a bunch of people, but not, destroy? And surely we knew radiation existed.
I think the movie made it seem like they only made like 3 bombs. The one bomb to test, and then the 2 that immediately went to Japan like minutes after. So I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's another disaster. I mean, we're jumping all over the timeline.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was going before I was even born.
We're scat-a-bop-a-da-bibbidi. Scat man.
But yeah, Trayvon, what else do we have to say about him? Rest in peace to Trayvon. I'm pissed that you're gone.
I'm sad that you can't walk around anymore with a hoodie on and ingredients to make purple drink. And it was crazy too because I didn't learn about that until I read Ben Shapiro's Bullies book in college. But I didn't.
Bullies.
I truly didn't know that he like had grills and was like a full on gangster.
Yeah, they always show that photo of him from like 4 years before.
Yeah, and even pictures of him as like a tiny kid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Media manipulation.
Like pre-puberty Trayvon was a different animal. And also...
Your ass in trouble.
The iconic Obama thing where he goes, if I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon. It's like...
If I had a son, I'd molest him just like I do to my husband.
So...
If I had a son, I would have let Larry Sinclair suck him off as well.
It's like, gross.
Yeah. So
what was the next big black guy to die? Michael Brown?
Yeah, but he's later down the list because we've got... What? Actually, there's one in between. Sandy Hook. Do you remember Sandy Hook?
I think we should stay off.
No, and I'll tell you why. I knew it was a big deal because...
Well, did you already skip the Batman theater shooting?
No, I didn't. That didn't happen yet.
Damn it.
So
in my head, it happened before.
So I knew Sandy Hook was a big deal when Smosh, every Friday, Smosh releases a video, but they dropped this video on a Friday. It's only Thursday.
Hey guys, so a lot of you are asking where our video is this week. And we're sure most of you guys have already heard about the terrible, tragic thing that happened in Connecticut, and we just don't feel comfortable releasing this video today, so we're gonna release it sometime next week. Yeah, our hearts go out to the families and everyone that was affected by this tragedy. So, see you guys next week. Take care and stay safe. See you guys later.
Stay safe.
So, dodge those bullets.
Stay safe.
So that's when I was like, oh, maybe this is not good. This is bad. Because there's no Smosh video.
Yeah, I never liked Smosh, but I do. I'm trying to think of what... I mean, I feel like I was in school when it happened because it would have been during the school time. I don't know. I didn't really care. I really just was desensitized very young. So I thought it was like going to become a thing though a little bit. I did believe that where it's like, oh, there's more school shootings.
Yeah.
But then do you remember when they started doing school shooting drills?
Yeah, I do.
And I remember I was flirting with the girls in the back of the class. We were all under a table and I was with fucking 6 girls and I was like, I might fuck all of them right now. And then, of course, they have to do the fake gunshots over the intercom. It's fucking crazy.
They did that at your school? Oh, someone walked out. They use, like, the guns to, like, start, like, races. Like, those blank guns. Someone walks in.
You just have somebody walking down the hall. Because, every classroom door had a window on it. And so you just have somebody walk down the hall with a scream mask on.
Yeah.
Holding a knife. You're like, fuck.
A school stabbing, mass
I was
stabbing.
so mad though. I remember because you had to start buzzing into school too.
Yeah.
I hated that because I would like get to school late or I'd try to sneak in or leave during lunchtime and come back, which we weren't able to do at my high school. So
very gay. Very gay.
So Sandy Hook.
Now we've got Mike Brown. I literally don't remember anything about him.
But now
when he
you've
died.
skipped.
We can do the Batman. Yeah, the Joker shooting. I actually have a funny story about that. That was my cousin. No, I'm kidding. If only we had the scoop like that. But back in the day when Reddit was fun to go on, the like I'm going to hell for this, there's a kid in my high school who like went to Colorado and they like took pictures in front of the theater.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, they did gun. Yeah, it was Logan Paul. They had like handgun symbols, and it was like one of the top posts of all time on the I'm going to hell subreddit. So it was awesome.
Damn, that's crazy. Steve's cousin.
Yeah, he would just He was crazy though. He would like just come into class and he'd bring his laptop and he'd like open it up and he would just have porn like in school and class. And I was like, oh shoot, I forgot to close that out. Yeah, he was.
I think I did
crazy.
that once. Because did you have any what technology did you have in high school? Did you have school issued stuff, or did you bring your own laptop?
I brought my own laptop.
Was it an option? Damn, poor school. No, for no reason. We were a poor school, and for some reason, when I was like in third grade, like 2000, what would that be, 2005? They're like, oh yeah, we have Macs now. All the high schoolers get MacBooks.
We didn't get that. I had a MacBook, so I would just bring it to school. There weren't so few people were doing it. There wasn't like a rule. So if you just showed up with it, like they were still trying to figure out what to do about smartphones. So if I just showed up with it, they didn't say anything. So
yeah, they had laptops, and then when we were in middle school, we couldn't take the laptops home like the high schoolers could. But we had our own assigned laptops all day, and that's when I got in trouble for like finding I can't even think, what's that called when you go backdoor into a website?
The firewall.
Well, there's like another old school word I thought was cool. You know, I thought it was a hacking word or something.
I don't know.
We'll all figure that out next week. We'll do our mishaps. we'll cover all the mishaps. Anyway, so that's when I was like backdooring into Facebook, and as I was typing in my email, the principal like over like whatever starts typing on my computer for me. He's like, we're watching you.
Oh shit, that's scary. So they hacked you.
Yeah, so then I closed out of the browser, and they were like in the classroom within like 3 minutes, and they're like, his name was, I don't want to say his name.
Stephen B. Smith.
No. Well, his name is Mr. Nacho. I mean, that's, and he's Italian. He's like, "How everybody, my name's Mr. Nacho, and I sound like a guy from South Park." And
whoa. You know what's actually crazy? I'll bleep this out, but I think someone related to him, she was a student in my school. Was her name. She had a very weird...
There's almost no way they're not related.
Yeah, they have to be.
He's like, "Hi, I'm Mr. Nacho, and I love the Steelers. And you need to come with me, Steven. I saw what you were doing on your computer." And I go, "Oh." He's like, "You know why you're coming with me?" And I go, "Yeah." So he took me away. But anyway, how I got onto that. Then in high school, they switched it on us, and we had iPads.
Nice.
And we were pissed.
Oh, bad.
But it was better for high schoolers wanting to watch porn at home, because you get the iPad. I feel like it's just better. That's the only reason I bought my iPad. And as you've seen, as we watch porn together. But and that tied back to your point about somebody coming to school with porn.
Yes.
That was it.
But the way he was so casual about it, he was like, "Oh, whoops, I forgot to close out of porn here."
Yeah.
So
no, I'd frantically close out. I'd be like, "Oh my God, I left it open."
See, I feel bad, like, even if I'm at work and I open up YouTube, because it used to just be like, "Cumtown, retarded Asian man joke," and like, "Stav is a fat retard," and like, "Lemon Party, Ben's gay," and like, so Lemon Party, the real Lemon Party.
The algo is worse than ever. It really just shows who you are as a person. Look at somebody's YouTube algorithm, you know everything about them.
Yeah, I love doing that too. I love looking over. I loved to do that with professors too, because they wouldn't know. And I remember once we had like a job fair, and this guy who worked for Amazon like came to give us a presentation, and he was like, "Oh, let me show you this video on YouTube." And when he pulled it up, it's like all of his videos were like top 10 like Marvel and like rarest Funko Pops. Like he was literally like the soy jack meme. It was so crazy. But man, I was gonna say about Mike Brown. This happened a few years later, but in college, also during the career fair, like same week, there was a journalist who reported in Missouri, like during the Ferguson riots and stuff. And it's so funny too, because like journalists, they have this fantasy in their head where like they're always being hunted, like they're a fugitive. Yeah. And so he was saying like, I was never physically assaulted, but I took some screenshots of some harassment I received online, because he's like, in case you didn't know, I'm Jewish, by the way. Like he was the most Jewish looking person.
We always let him know.
Yeah, and he just like showed us these screenshots of people being like, "Shut up, Jew," like, on Twitter. And I was like dying laughing. I couldn't believe he was. He's like, "So it's very dangerous to be a journalist." So
I don't know if I've ever told you this story. This is kind of crazy. This is a smaller tragedy of a much smaller scale. But you know how my freshman year, so we lived in the same dorms, but you were there a year after me or whatever. And so we had a guy on like the third floor of our building hang himself from like, you know how the shitty like plumbing or whatever, or like the piping?
Yes, yeah,
is running through the bedrooms, the dorm rooms. And so we had a guy that didn't have a roommate, and he hung himself, and he was like hanging for
like days,
3 days, I think is what it was. And some like innocent, like one of these like hentai anime black guys found him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, man, he's hanging there. It
He
was
was
like
like-
it was the worst guy to find him because
Right.
somebody still experiences trauma seeing that. And if I would have saw that, I'd been like, oh yeah, this guy's dead.
Right.
And I would have went and told like an RA, like, oh yeah, this guy's dead. But no, this guy was totally traumatized. But
I was gonna say he's like on his way to like steal his Xbox controller. Like, shit, I'm a rob it. Hell no.
Now, I'm not your ass in trouble.
Different black guy.
So they found him hanging, he's hanging out. And I remember, Nelson, our friend Nelson, is commonly mentioned, Big J, just like you and your wife.
Mm-hmm. That's my wife's name, Big J.
Well, you're all Big J's.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry.
Big J.
Big J Okerson is
Big
what?
J Okerson.
Yeah.
You're married
Stevette.
Married to him. Yeah, no, you and your wife and Nelson are all Big J's. But anyway, I remember he was like, Nelson, I want to say his name, was like, immediately he was like trying to figure out all the details, and he was like asking people stuff like he was this detective.
Oh my gosh.
And it was
that's
like,
so gay.
dude, somebody just died. What are you doing? Like, you're not going to be the one that breaks it to the school newspaper.
Was it a nylon rope or rope? He doesn't know. I don't know the other horsehair rope.
The craziest thing is me and my friend Sam, we bought weed from that guy like 2 weeks before.
Really?
Yeah.
So what if you were like trying to haggle him for like a different deal, and you're like, nah, you should hang yourself if you're gonna charge in 2 weeks, hang yourself.
I'm not taking responsibility for this death, but I do feel like we could have been nicer to him when we bought the weed from him. And
Really?
And maybe that would have been the difference.
Were you mean to him?
Who kills himself 4 weeks into college, by the way?
I know. Yeah, seriously.
You should really fuck your life up more than that before you kill yourself. Like, why wouldn't you like kill everybody in that town first? Like, if I was gonna kill myself, I'd kill a bunch of other people first.
Yeah, I would do stuff that would like cost millions of dollars before I did it.
I would damage people's cars. I would throw rocks through all of my enemies, their homes, like through the through the windows. Yep. I do a lot of damage. I would bleep that.
What if it was an accident? I guess the black guy. Did you know the black guy who found the body? I mean, I don't know.
He was never the same. In fact, I think he maybe like left that building altogether. Like, why would you live 3 rooms down from somebody that killed themselves? And my friend Sam, he and Chauncey, they were sharing a room, dorm room, and they were adjacent to this guy. So he was like, you probably could have smelled him if you took a big whiff.
Yeah. But that building was so old, and it just smelled like mold and like dead people.
It always,
anyway,
it already smelled like dead people, and you had people smoking outside. So
yeah, it was so disgusting. Like going into the bathrooms, and the janitors would like clean it every day, but it was so nasty. I willed myself to not get sick because I couldn't imagine like going and throwing up in the bathroom in there.
Dude, I bought like 3 pairs of flip flops because I didn't want to get athlete's foot when I took showers in there, because I was like, yeah, this is gross.
When I would shower, there was like an Asian man who would also shower, a Chinese guy who would also shower, but he would do that thing where they brush their tongue by shoving the entire toothbrush down their throat and like gagging.
Yeah.
He would do that for like 15 minutes. So I would be in there for at least 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
My whole operation, I tried to go as fast as I could so I could get out of there, because you just hear like he was sucking a dick, and then he'd come out and he'd be like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?" I'm like, "Dude, you're disgusting.
You're just deep throating."
Yeah.
We should come back to dorm stories another week. I feel like there's a lot of gross, crazy things that everybody experiences, so maybe it's not that exciting. But
no. I've got some that I haven't even shared yet. So
okay, we'll run through dorm stories some week.
The only other, I don't really have anything else for
Tragedies.
Tragic. I've got, I'll say San Bernardino. I just remember looking at that news story to see if I could cut cards for debate, and that's it.
What the hell was that?
It was some stupid shooting in 2015.
Where at?
San Bernardino, California.
What about Pulse? Weren't we going to talk about Pulse?
Yeah, that one's next. Yeah,
that was
Pulse
when
nightclub shooting.
Realized I wasn't gay. Because I didn't want to get shot. I'd been questioning up to that point. I was like 18, I think, when it happened.
Well, the culture, when that happened, the culture was really missing something. And so it was, I was so shocked when Gavin McInnes, gave a big middle finger to the Muslims by making out with Milo.
Fuck you, Muslims.
By the way, Muslims, fuck you. I'm going to have sex with Milo Yiannopoulos right now. Oh, come here, you big, you European That's what the Irish are called, by the
Whoa.
way. But isn't Milo racist? I was quoting Milo, by the way. So that's so messed up that Milo would say
Milo
that.
dated or married or got fucked by a black person, so
it all worked out in the end. But they like made out, Gavin and Milo, to protest Muslims. But I mean, that was like the biggest L in like conservatism.
Mm-hmm.
It started ending before it even started. The other tragedy I had was the Charlottesville protest. Well, we know what it really is, but like, do you have any like distinct memories of like hearing about it?
Oh man, I'm getting these all mixed up. What was the one when somebody drove a car through people?
That was Charlottesville.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say that was like the most frustrating. This is when I mean, this is gonna sound kind of gay, but when I knew I shouldn't trust the media anymore.
Right.
Because I remember seeing that video of Trump being like, I condemn all these people.
Yeah.
And there's good people on both sides of the protest. And I remember like that for years. And like people that were just sort of half in, half out on politics or whatever would tell me like, but you remember he tried to say there's good people on both sides. And it's like, dude, the full video, he literally condemns like the KKK and does his, which, you know, I don't think anybody should have to do that. That's lame.
Right.
But he did do it. So they just act like that didn't exist. The media didn't.
Yeah.
So that was a big, I hate the media moment.
Well, and it's like they were acting, the media was like acting like the protest was like, it was about, can we run over people with a car? Like the protest was about the Robert E. Lee statue being removed. And I mean, people who, like Tim Pool was there. Mm-hmm. So it's like, now it's been turned into this whole, like only the Tiki Torch, like Turner Diaries, neo-Nazis were there to protest the removal of the statue. But there were a lot of people, like Brittany Venti was also there. And which she's racist. No, not really. Her and her prey eyes were there. She's
got major prey eyes.
But that was kind of a moment where I was like, oh, maybe there are lies about Donald Trump. Like maybe he's not evil. Because I remember like the election. Because I was like checked out of politics. I didn't know. I didn't even vote. Because I was like, maybe I should be an informed citizen. So I really didn't know how stupid people were. But I remember when he won, and I went to college, like community college the next day, and everyone acted like nukes dropped around the entire country. And
well, I remember when Trump won the election, and I was in this class, and it was like a day of mourning. It was crazy. Like the teacher was like, "I'm just so, fucked up over this." But one of the students, I remember the student is this girl. She goes, but what are we going to do for our Muslim brothers? Because Trump, wanted a Muslim ban, as they would call it. And it's like, no, just all these shitty countries that are filled with Muslims. What does that say about Muslims?
Yeah.
It's not all of them. But anyway, so that was like a crazy moment. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. People are just retarded, and they'll just, I don't know. I think it's because their lives are so boring. They just want they want their life to be a movie. So when they react that way to something as small as an election, then it's like they get to play like apocalypse dress up. And
people react that way about all kinds of news, though. They think they're a part of it. You know what I mean? Like they think they're part of the culture by knowing what's going on. Mm-hmm. And it seems to me it's a big waste of time. You might as well just like find your own interests, which are probably not going to be news.
Yeah.
Like everybody has a retarded interest.
Exactly.
That doesn't involve worrying about what somebody on TV tells you.
But people be retarded. Did you have anything for the Las Vegas shooting? I remember we would watch like Alex Jones cover that extensively.
We did.
At Nelson's apartment. I don't know if you lived there yet. Yeah, it was in 2017.
I lived there yet, bitch. I lived with him before you lived with him.
Yeah, yes.
We had to fight over him. No, I moved to Israel.
The shittiest prize
I
ever.
moved to Israel to work on a kibbutz, and that's when you moved in.
You went to Israel to put those like spy devices in front of the White House. You worked on that project.
Oh yeah.
So
wait, what'd you ask me?
Do you remember anything from the Las Vegas shooting?
No. Again, these all blur together in my head. I kind of forget all the details after a while.
Yeah, that one was weird though, just because it was the like largest shooting in American history, and I just remember more people like not making a big deal out of it because we talked about it in class for like, or people would mention it in classes for like 2 days after, and then when the high school one in Florida with David Hogg and like all the kids, people would not shut up about that for like weeks on end. It's like, I think it's because they were able to like capitalize on that shooting by making all the kids like the activists and. So
actors,
like, it's so brave of them to go on stage and talk and receive millions of dollars, and people found David.
I don't remember the Alex Jones coverage on that, but was that the one that you showed me, the Vegas one? The Vegas one, was that the one you showed me that was like with all the fake footage or whatever, like where it's like a first-person shooter almost?
No. Oh, that's the New Zealand one.
Oh, okay.
So, that was crazy too. Yeah, I know. Not to get us banned, but I've seen footage of people like actually getting. I've seen footage of people getting shot with guns, and then I've seen POV dick sucking. I've seen POV footage of some of these other shootings, and very different outcomes with the same gun as it appears.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. It's all the same, but yeah. Ugh. I don't know. So
I think we've been rolling this episode.
Yeah.
I think we've been rolling ever since I got to sexualize Lauren Boebert at the beginning.
We just need to look at pictures of Lauren Boebert.
Yeah.
So we spin a wheel of politicians. We're at 5 minutes, so it's been going good so far. It's a strong start.
Yeah.
So,
and then I got a couple more.
Okay.
You mean on tragedies or just in general?
I'm done with tragedies.
Me too.
Okay. I was gonna. I've got a few jokes though. I was gonna bring us back to funny laugh land.
Oh, okay, yeah, because that was a little serious.
Yes.
Okay.
So I wrote these a few weeks ago and I haven't used them yet. So this is when I do stand up one day.
Now, do you want me to really laugh or do you want to earn the laugh? Oh wait, no, I mean, you want me to fake laugh or earn the laugh?
Yeah, earn it.
Okay.
I want to earn it. I want to see your real reaction because I don't.
Okay.
So here we go. I find it weird when I'm in the store and I watch this transaction occur between the cashier and another customer. They'll say, "Hey, have a good day." "Oh, you too, thanks." Like, I don't go up and they tell me, "Hey, have a good day," and I go, "The Beatles." My grandma, she
I would have
owns.
said the garden for our super niche reference. I've seen footage.
True.
I've seen footage. You said that
Death
earlier.
grips.
Yeah. But all right.
So
next.
I come walking along. No, I'm kidding. So my grandma has a duck farm, which is a very lucrative, new, booming business. People want duck fat. There's a big French population where she lives, and they eat duck. So I wanted some duck for a fancy dinner with my wife and I. So I said, "Hey, can you send me a picture of a duck that I could buy from you?" And she sends me a picture, and she says, "How's this?" And I respond to her over iPhone iMessage. I say, "I would actually like a bigger duck." But that damn autocorrect made it sound like I wanted to have sex with a black guy.
My brain has to do too much work there.
I wanted a fuck.
Damn, that's a stretch.
Yeah.
A bigger duck.
So, yeah.
Well, I knew the duck was fuck for sure. That's
Right.
no ducking way.
I could probably change the inflection. A bigger duck. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna try that out at Caroline's on Broadway next week?
Yes.
I think that closed down, by the way.
We'll reopen it. It'll be like 8 Mile. Go ahead.
Damn, you should be on Cool Beans Comedy Channel.
Who's that?
Dude, how do you forget this every week? Cool Beans is the channel that I'm at war with that gay guy on.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
We talked about that on the pod. I just want to run over that really quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't know if you have, but we got it.
So there's this channel on Instagram. You should check it out right now. It's Cool Beans Comedy. And basically on it, the page is just a bunch of kids doing stand-up comedy. And, it's just all shitty, dumb jokes. Their parents are trying to basically use them probably to get them, I want to be funny, Mom. So then their parents rush them in there. But then in the middle of the feed, there's a few adults along the way. But there's this gay guy, and he's like, "I love gay porn."
Yeah.
And, I comment, I go, "This is kind of fucked up that on this Instagram page, this guy is talking about gay porn."
Right.
And then it's just kids who are going to probably be on their parents' Instagram or their parent-run Instagram. Like, that's what all their accounts probably. Parent-run Instagram, aspiring comedian. I'm 12 years old, and I'm talking about Legos.
Right. I built the best Lego sets you've ever seen.
So when that kid goes to the Instagram page and he scrolls down, he's going to see a video about gay porn. He's going to have his brain ruined forever, even though he was going to end up watching it anyway.
His next set is going to be like, if you take the yellow Legos, you can make a naked Lego and make them have gay sex.
So, but then I shit on that guy, and he commented, and he goes, "There were no kids at this performance." And I go, yeah but everything I just said on here, you know, there are kids that are going to end up watching this smut. So he didn't respond, and then a bunch of people replied to my comment, and they're like, "Oh, are you going to respond, homo?"
Yeah,
So,
they had your back. That was incredible to see.
Yeah, I really riled up the troops. I had like 600 likes on it, 40 people replying, and just thumbs up emojis, like, good work. Thank you for all you do. It was cool. So check that out. You can find that video. They didn't take it down. So you should keep doing some Cool Beans comedy for me. What, you got some more jokes? Little jokes you wrote?
Those are the two I have. I got to quit while I'm ahead. I almost did one on the spot. Stand up on the spot. Let's do stand up on the spot.
Okay.
What should I do a stand up joke about?
Jeremiah Watkins.
Jeremiah Watkins, you fucking fat.
You look like the vulture from Disney.
Yeah, I didn't want to steal your thunder.
Thank you. I really love that joke. I don't even know that it's that funny, but the vulture from Disney always gets me. Did you have more though? I didn't want to ruin your set.
That was it.
I was heckling you.
I'm doing I'm really hoping they bring Vine back, so those were Vine jokes there.
Was that a joke?
Yeah.
No, you really want Vine?
I would want it back.
I want it to come back, but all of the old videos are back also. So like people can't get into their account, but they can't get rid of their shit either. Because I would love to see, like, just look up first off yours. Did you have a Vine?
I did, yeah.
And I had
Did you make some?
I had a really good one right before Vine was... No, never mind. It was right when... No, I didn't ever have one. No, the thing I was thinking of is I remember when Snapchat, my freshman year of college, introduced the reverse feature and the speed up feature.
Yeah.
And I remember I dropped from the bunk beds, because we had these stupid-ass bunk beds, I dropped a peanut butter thing, and it rolled across the room, and then somehow at the end just kind of like stood back up. And I like had that in reverse, so it looked like the peanut butter was coming to me from across the room.
Very nice.
And I was like, this is the greatest video ever. And I talked about it for like a week, and I'm going to be thinking about it for a week. Good times.
I had some Vines. They were so stupid. It was like, I'd be like, look at my bitch, and I would just cut to my dog. It was like stuff like that.
No,
the naked drink, I'd be like, I'm at Dylan's and I'm gonna get naked, and then it just cuts to like me, just cuts to the drink.
Jackass.
So,
oh man, shout out Naked Drink. That stuff rules. It's probably so high in sugar though.
It was only puns. Like I'd go to Walmart so I could go to the fan aisle and I'd say, I've got so many fans.
This is going to send us down a whole other trajectory probably, but home videos is like another thing. Just record.
We got to save that. Yeah, I could go.
One I'll tell you about now is I was really, because you kind of, what you were saying was making me think of Jackass. And then that sort of made me think about Loiter Squad, which is the Tyler, the Creator show that was just like Jackass, but yeah, sort of like Jackass. They didn't do stunts and stuff. I don't know how to describe it.
Uncle Tom is what it was called.
Loiter Squad. And, but anyway, so my friend Schrader, we started doing this thing called Schrader Squad, and we just record him and like, we'd like blindfold him and be like, okay, it's your birthday. We're taking you to your favorite place. And like, we blindfolded him, and then we like took him, I'm like, okay, I'm going to help you get out of the car. And we're just like on an abandoned dirt road, and we get him out of the car and we just drive off. Like,
would you go pick him up, or?
We came back after 5 minutes, but we went all the way down this long dirt road until we were like out of sight for sure. And then like did a loop.
That's so funny.
So, I mean, and he knew we'd come back for him, but it was like his 17th birthday or something. So we were just like in my car, and we're just like, yeah, we're leaving you. And then we would just like record in like Chinese restaurants. Like we'd be like well, this was like a one-time thing, but I remember we were recording and we were just making like the racist, like, ding bong, jang jang.
Could I have dog?
And we would just like go up and they were like, what, you guys have any egg rolls? Egg rolls, right? And we would just start laughing because we thought it would make the video better. We're just anyway, home videos can wait. There's so many. But also, I've told you my first ever home video, didn't I?
Maybe.
When I was 7 years old, and my mom...
the corn. Yeah.
my mom bought like a camcorder or whatever. I was like, can I use it? And she was like at work. And I don't know why I was home alone, but it must have been during the summer or something. But my mom just left me. I was a fucking latchkey kid. But so I was recording all day, and I remember like recording like an Applebee's commercial, like the Tim McGraw Applebee's commercial. And then I was like, okay, it's lunchtime. Now I got to cook some corn dogs. So I just recorded me like eating corn dogs like for like 6 minutes. I would do anything for that video. I don't think we have it.
Man, it's incredible.
Or my action figures fighting. That was a good one. But anyway, no more. I'll save it.
Save the home videos. hang on, I have to pee.
Oh,
we're back now.
We are back now. So we got a few more things here. A few things. So have you ever seen the movie Cujo, based on the Stephen King book? But do you know what it's about?
No.
It's about a dog that gets rabies. That's a whole fucking movie. And I was watching it a few weeks ago, and like I was talking the whole time through it, but I was just like, dude, what is like? How are they going to make a whole movie about this? I think I saw it when I was a kid, but I mean, basically the craziest part of the movie, or the scary part of it, is a mom and her son. They're the ones mostly getting attacked by the dog. They're just stuck in a car for like 40 minutes, and like the dog starts ramming its head into the side of the car.
Oh, really? Like trying to get into the car? Like they go and hide in the car?
Yeah, they're like stuck in the car, and like the car breaks down, so they can't leave.
Oh, okay, of course.
And yeah, I mean, everything's wrong with it, and the dog just starts ramming its head into the side. Like a dog would never do that; it would kill itself. And it was like denting the car, and it was just like trying to hit at the window, and it finally breaks. I don't know. It was so crazy. And ask me about it if you have questions, but it was just a pointless movie.
So wait, is the only plot of the movie that the dog had rabies? Like, did it get rabies from like some special science lab? Or
no? At the very beginning, it's chasing a rabbit, and it sticks its head like in some hole or something, and like a bat flies down and bites it.
Okay.
So
do they have to put Old Yeller down at the end, or?
Well, it was the family dog. And how do they kill it at the end? Somebody probably shoots it or something. I don't remember how it ends.
Damn.
I'm just saying it's such an impractical movie. Just watch it sometime. You'll see what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense. It can't even be scary. It's like, why? There's got to be something in the car that you could hit the fucking dog with. And there's like a baseball bat, 5 feet away from the car. And you're like, why? And the other thing too is like when the dog is stuck on these people, and it's like a dog would move on. Like if a dog with rabies would move on, it wouldn't just stay on this car with 2 people in it. It would find something else. Another animal would run by.
Yeah.
And then you would have time to go get the baseball bat that's laying 5 feet away from the car. And then when the dog comes back, you roll down the window and you take a swipe at its fucking head, and it's dead.
Or at the very least, throw it out, and it's like, oh, a stick. I'm gonna go get the stick.
Yeah, fool it.
Or you could why? You could give it some food. You could say, what if you say to the dog, want to go for a walk? You know how dogs are when the human owners will say like, oh, we don't say go for a WALK, and then the dog like looks up from its bed.
I can spell.
Dogs are. I love dogs, but damn it, they're so stupid. They're just so simple-minded.
Yeah.
But that is kind of a crazy plot, though. I mean,
I just don't know how people were scared of it. And that's what I was really asking those. I was like, how could people have ever been scared of this fucking movie?
Yeah, I could see, and Stephen King was like, you thought that was bad. I've got an entire cemetery full of these pets in the workshop here I'm working on. But what was I gonna say? I could see like kids being afraid of it, only something that 4-year-olds would be afraid of. Stupid babies. It's like for babies, mate.
The only other thing I was going to talk about was I watched CSI Miami.
Yeah.
And this episode at the beginning, so the episode goes like this. I can run through it pretty fast. There's a celebrity party going on, and some hot chick there, whatever, hot celebrity woman gets shot in a pool. And the story unfolds with like the person that shot her is like running a death pool thing. You know what death pools are?
Yeah.
Which we should do on Steven.
Okay.
Like we each get 5 people, and whoever dies first, wins the big prize. They become the only host of the show. But if I win, you still have to produce.
Yeah.
No.
You become Tim Dillon, and
yeah. So, but anyway, okay. So they're running a death pool, and then there's also this other small plot where like there's a mom at the beginning they think maybe killed this lady, and so the guy goes into Horatio, the redheaded guy on there. He goes and talks to the son. He's like, here's my number if you ever need it. He like gives the kid his business card. So then they're running this death pool, and then somebody finds out they have fake money, fake currency. So they have the thing to print the money from the U.S. government, something that nobody could really obtain besides like some mass criminal syndicate. Because there's one small minor detail different though. They know it's fake money. And, they're like, if this money gets introduced into the Miami economy,
it'll destroy the whole city, destroy the country.
Yeah. This could really ruin the Miami economy. If this gets into the local economy, we're fucked. But anyway, so then they go and they find it's like offshore, this offshore death pool / money laundering, fake money thing is offshores. But the reason they can bust them because it's like off the coast of Miami, I guess. I think the Coast Guard could arrest them for making fake money.
Yeah.
But apparently they can't, or they don't have proof that it's them. But then finally the mom gets reintroduced in the story, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I traded my son away, and the son's on the boat," and that's how they get to bust them. They're like, "We're not doing anything illegal here." And he's like, "You're not with the money, but you are with kidnapping or something like that."
Oh, okay, but the mom was like, "Oh, by the way, I traded my kid in for some of these."
Yeah, and then and the editing on that show is so awesome. You should watch some episodes sometime because it's like so 2000s. Like as people are having a conversation, like a box forms around them. Like, Sinners in on them as like some crazy background that doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. It's
like the camera's like always doing a 360.
Yeah,
like around. There's a cut every 2 seconds, and
I just like characters like that, like Horatio, because he's just like, puts his glasses on to say things like, well, this is going to be a problem only I can solve.
The episode ends with like a few counterfeit bills like flowing through the wind, and then it like stops on someone's shoe, and the camera pans up, and it's George Floyd. He's about to go into the gas station.
That was another tragedy, but we've talked enough about him.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much the episode. I just thought it was crazy how it spiraled out of control. Like it was just somebody got shot, and then it had to be tied to fake money and a death pool,
like a much bigger picture.
But also the scene when they're talking about the death pool, they're like, yes, like Barbara Walters did die, and shit like that. I mean, she wasn't dead yet, but
just so like to show footage of like how the death pool people are acting.
Yeah, well, and the reason is because the person that actually ended up doing it, they killed the person because they had them in the death pool.
Okay.
So they were like, this was going to change me and my husband's life around. Like we were supposed to have a new start from this. We got all this money because this lady, the celebrity, got killed. And they just take her away. So, and as they're taking the mom away, the mom who had the shitty kid who got kidnapped, they were. You can tell I'm really losing some steam here. Just the montage of like cutting back to her and then cutting back to the son is like dramatic music. Music plays. Man, I don't know.
I have to sell you.
I have to. So I might start watching that show. Maybe we'll just do an episode of CSI Miami every week.
I was a CSI New York guy myself, and I told you this yesterday, but I would commonly mistake with retardation and dyslexia, I guess, which I don't have. One of those I don't have. One truth, one lie. I thought Gary Sinise's name was like Jerry Sinus. So my brain would autocorrect to be like, oh, he's Jerry Seinfeld.
Where's Jerry? Yeah.
Well, I guess this guy died. I don't know. Gary Sinise wouldn't do the one-liners, I don't think. That was exclusive to Miami. So
I don't even remember anybody else in the New York cast. I thought Miami was cooler, so that's probably why I watched more of it.
It probably is the coolest.
My grandma loves those shows, though. She loves, she's seen all of the CSI shows, all of the NCIS, and probably all like the shitty shows like Blue Bloods and stuff. But she only really likes all of the NCIS and CSI franchises.
Yeah, I only watched.
She's like, I think the lab work is cool. I remember saying that one time. I go, yeah, I guess.
Got all the fake science they'd make up. They're like, I'd cross-reference this speck of dust that landed on the killer. We can figure all this out, but we can't figure out who damn done it. So. Well, guys, is that everything?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think that's good. That was a good one. We had a good run there talking about tragedies and news, and I'm just giving a little bit of an underview here. So I can't wait for next week. I can't remember. You'll have to go through the episode as you're editing and remember what we're supposed to talk about. But yeah, guys, we'll see you soon. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, share it. If you fucking liked any of this, just share it.
Yeah.
Send it to your principal. Send it to your family, your mom. Think about posting QR codes around your local city. If you're that one guy and you know who you are.
Yeah, you do.
We're leaving hidden messages for you. Please do something to spread the word. Don't just enjoy this in private. And don't steal our bits, goddammit. Not that they're good, but
treat it like a stock. Like, hey guys, you want to get in now, because when they blow up, they're not going to be referencing you in the comments like they did me. Trust me, look at me. Every video they reference me. So you know what to do.
Also, if you're willing to give us money, just comment that, and then we'll get something figured out. And maybe you can be on the show.
Yeah.
Wow, thanks, guys. Bye.